So in this part, we actually started with a fraction as the coefficient in front of the variable. So in this example, we actually have 4/3 k equals to 2. Unlike in the last part, we had whole numbers. Here, we have fraction. So we're just going to do the same thing as before. In the last part, I mentioned about a whole number can be a fraction. Now here, we actually have a fraction. So we're just going to do the same thing, which is multiply by the reciprocal. So if you're going to multiply by the reciprocal, basically you flip the fraction, you're going to multiply by 3/4. And do the same thing on the right side, 3/4. And just like how I said last time, multiply the whole number just to the numerator. Now here, since it's a fraction times a fraction, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Alright? So when we have a variable, you can have the variable stay at the very top, only at the top, never at the bottom. So what we're going to have is basically 3 times 4, which is 12, and don't forget your variable, so 12k over 4 times 3 is 12, equal 2 times 3 is 6/4. Alright, here, 12 divided by 12, that would simply become 1k equal 6/4. Now, we can actually simplify that fraction because 6 and 4 are both even numbers that are divisible by 2. So when we divide numerator by 2, that would be 3. Divide the denominator by 2, that would be 2. So 1k equals 3/2, or k equal 3/2. And these two are our final answers. And again, doesn't matter which one you put, 1k or just k equals to positive 3/2 or 3/2. In this example, we actually have negative 8/5 w equals to 4. So just like in the last example, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the coefficient of w. So what's in front of w is negative 8/5. Since it's negative, we're going to multiply by negative because we want a positive variable, positive w. So the reciprocal is 5/8. Do the same thing on the right side. Negative 5/8. And like I said before, whole number times numerator. When it's fraction times another fraction, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So on the left side, negative 5 times negative 8 will be positive 40. And I'm going to carry with the w to the numerator, over 8 times 5, which is also 40, equal positive 4 times negative 5 will be negative 20/8. Now here, 40 divided by 40, that will be 1w equal, now taking a closer look at the fraction, I see that 20 and 8, both even number, so you can divide by 2, or maybe you can use a higher number, which in this case, you can divide 20 and 8. So you can divide 20 and 8 by 4. So when you do that, negative 20 divided by 4 will be negative 5. 8 divided by 4 will be 2. So 1w equals negative 5/2, or w equals negative 5/2. And that's our final answer. Now in all the examples that we covered, we had where on the right side it was a whole number. But had this been a fraction, for example, let me change this 4 into a fraction by putting 1 underneath it. So Instead of just a whole number, had this been a fraction, you would do the same thing as what you did on this side. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So again, if it was a fraction, just do the same process as what we did here. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you remember that. How to multiply with fractions, including how to divide with fraction. You may have to do that again in the future in the other chapters that we're going to go over this semester.